Storage tips, I don't have them for you. I have stuff all over the place. And if you have books all over the place, then you can really fit and feel the theme of A Place for All My Books. It is a game all about maneuvering your books around your apartment, trying to accomplish goals, going into town once you have recharged your social battery enough. If you want to see how all that works out, then join me at the table as I give you tips on how to find a place for all of your books. To set up for the two-player version of A Place for All My Books, you're going to put the village board in the center of the table. You're going to make sure you are by the appropriate side. This is the 1 to 3 player side. You're going to take the sun. You're going to place it on the appropriate spot. For a 2-player one, you got this little 2-player icon there, and there's the 3-player icon. The opposite side is for the 4 players. You're going to make sure you have these special tokens all lined up in the center of the table. Those may become used if you get certain other neat stuff. You are then going to grab the rest of the book tiles, put them in the bag, shake them up. At that point, you are going to grab book tiles from here, place them on the library or the bookshelves. You're going to see it says start, so you're going to put 3, 2, and 1 there. You're then going to shuffle up all the little project cards, dealing 1 to each bookshelf. Again, that is all denoted here where it says shelf 1, shelf 2, and shelf 3. You're going to shuffle up the deck of the other neat stuff. Then you're going to deal 2 cards over here next to the village shops. You'll see this little blue arrow pointing over to where you need to put those 2 items. You're then going to shuffle all of the major accomplishments, deal out 3 to the center of the table for everyone to be going for throughout the game. The rest of the major accomplishments can get put back in the box. They will not be used. Each player is going to grab their apartment board. They're going to grab their player card. They're going to grab their 3 major accomplishment tokens, their social battery, and their player meeple. You are then going to grab the books that are denoted here on the side of your player board. So on the green board, you're going to have 4 green, 3 blue, 3 yellow, and 2 red. You are then going to grab these and you're going to be randomly placing them on your player board where the little golden dots are. So 3, 2, 4, and 3. I like to just shake them up in my hand and kind of just pull them out one at a time. So your board will look something similar to this. Each player is going to get 5 little project cards to their hand. You're going to end up keeping 3 of these and discarding the other 2. And then the first player will be the person who most recently acquired a book. They will start their social battery at 3, and then going around, everyone increase it by a point, so the second player would get 4, etc. So looking at the little project cards for your first hand, you're going to want to try and grab some that are going to be easy to accomplish at the beginning of the game, because these are going to be helping you get social battery, other neat stuff, etc. So when you look at the cards, so up here, they're all going to be worth 2 points at the end of the game. This next corner here is going to be the other reward they get you, either 3 social battery or a other neat stuff from the top of the deck. And then if you look at the card, it's going to denote what you need to have on it. So in this one have no books in your corner spaces. So I'll probably keep that one because I only start with them in one corner. So this might be very easy to accomplish. Looking at another one, have 3+ tall stacks in your bedroom. You might be wondering what a tall stack is. It is right there on the card. A tall stack has 3+ books. So in my bedroom, I already have a tall stack. I am going to have to move that one. I may still keep this. Have 3+ stacks topped with green books in a single room. Have 3+ lonesome red books. What's a lonesome red book? A lonesome book has no other books in its stack. And then have no yellow books in your den or kitchen. And with your 3 little projects chosen, you are ready to begin the game. The game is going to be played back and forth with players taking turns moving their meeple either amongst their apartment or in the village, taking certain actions, either gaining or spending social battery, moving around books, gaining books, etc. until the end of the game is triggered. The end of the game will get triggered when the sun moves to this last spot. You're going to finish up the current round and then play one more round. And then you're going to score for a variety of items that I'll get into when I talk about end game. All right, so on a player's turn, like I said, they're going to move to certain spots, either in their apartment or in their village. Let's go ahead and cover the apartment first. So we'll go ahead and start off with sort. So if you place yourself on sort, you're going to see it says gain 1 social battery. You'll simply move your social battery up. Then you're going to pick up a stack of books and distribute them to the top of any stacks or empty spaces, max 2 per stack. So say I go ahead and take out this one from my bedroom. So this is a stack of 3. So now I can go ahead and say, you know what, I'm just going to place one there and then I can always add my 2 here if I want. The main thing to know about stacks is a stack can never be more than 6 books high. So I could always go here, and then I could place these on top of here because I am at a stack of 6. When you do this, you are going to want to keep your little projects in mind. So like this one wants to have no yellow books in your den or kitchen. You'll see that they are cordoned off. So the den has a little D in the corner and is this pinkish color. Your kitchen is this little L shape and has K in the corner is orange. Your bath is these 3 spots here, and your bedroom is up here. But let's go ahead and just say we're going to just do 3 different stacks like that. And so that is sort. If you go to gather, when you gather, you gain a social battery. You then take the top book from any number of stacks, place these as a stack on any one space. So again, you can have a max stack of 6. So in theory, you can grab the top book from 6 different stacks at the most, but anywhere from 1 to 6. So in this instance, we'll say I'm going to go ahead and we're just going to go grab this one, and grab this one, and then this can be placed anywhere. We're going to go ahead and stick this right here in the bedroom. So that is gather. You have rest. When you go to rest, you are going to gain 2 little projects to your hand. You are going to gain 2 social battery. And then at that point, you're going to have to discard down to 5 in hand. This will be the only time that discarding to 5 comes into effect unless some specific card mentions it, but this would be it. So, but I am at 5, so I am fine. The next spot we're going to go to is admire. So the first thing you're going to do in admire is you are going to see if you have your card accomplished. So this one is green is the most common type of book in your apartment. We haven't added any books or taken out any books. We start with 4, so it is. So if you do, you gain 3 social battery. At this point, now you can go ahead and accomplish as many little projects as you are able. So for instance, we have this den and kitchen. So our den, we look at our kitchen, none of them have yellow books. So we'd set this off to the side, and that gave us 3 social battery. Looking at this one has no books in your corner spaces. We have no books, so we get 1, 2, 3 again, and this goes to our score pile off to the side. If I had any more that I could accomplish, I could go ahead and do so. The other icon, as I pointed out before, is this one here that shows the little shopping bag. If you accomplish this one, you'll simply grab the top card off the deck of other neat stuff. But I'm not able to accomplish any more, so that would be the end of my turn. The final one in your apartment is read a book. So if you go here, you slowly has this little arrow pointing down to the nightstand. So this is you're going to gain social battery, and then move 1 book from anywhere in your home to the top of your nightstand. So it can come from the top of the stack, the middle, the bottom, etc. So we'll say I go ahead, I'm going to move this blue one right over to there. Now, technically the last one in your apartment is leave the house. So when you go to leave the house, you are going to pay 5 social battery. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You're going to advance the sun tracker 1 spot, and then you're immediately going to take a turn in the village. You're then going to take your figure and move it over here to the village, taking one of these actions. So let's go ahead. We'll start at the bookstore. You're going to notice this says any shelf. That's in relation because the 4-player side has 2 spots here. But so you can basically go here, and then you're going to grab one of your shelves of your choice, spending the denoted social battery down here. So if you want the small shelf, which is going to be the shelf with the fewest items, that's going to cost you 1. The medium shelf would be 3, and the largest would be 6. So let's go ahead and say we want to go ahead and grab the largest. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. You're going to grab these books. You are going to place them into your backpack on your player board. When you place them there, you can place them in any order you want. However, that's the way that they need to stay. You also can disperse them, say if you want to put them into 2 different stacks like so. You would then take the little project card to your hand. You are now going to refill. You are going to deal out another little project card. And then from the bag, you are going to add 1 book to each shelf. This will help ensure that there is always a small, a medium, and a large. Because if you look at this now, this is now going to be your small shelf. This is your large shelf, and that is your medium shelf. Next up, you can go to the library. That's going to cost you 1 social battery. You are going to draw 4 books from the bag. You are going to keep one. So we'll say we're going to go ahead and grab this blue one. And then you're going to place these randomly onto the shelves of the bookstore. Again, you can kind of just shake them up under the table however you want in your hands and add one to each shelf. Next one you have is your village shop. So this is when you're going to bring home other neat stuff. When you go ahead and grab other neat stuff, you have 3 options. You can spend 4 social battery to grab just one of the items, 9 to grab both, or 3 to do a blind draw off the top. So we'll say spend 1, 2, 3, 4 social battery, and I get to choose one of these. You're going to see a couple different things. So this decorative mug is going to be each time you gather. So that's going to be when you're doing this action on your board. They'll also have a point value up here in the corner. This lucky kitty is one of the ones that utilizes these options up here. When you acquire this card, so we'll say we're going to grab this one, you're going to place, this is the blue lucky kitty, beside any room in your home. End of game is going to be, you're going to be scoring points for the blue in that room. So maybe I'll put this one by my bedroom, and then this is going to go next to your board to remind you that you have it. Now, if you purchased at least one item from the face-up display, the other card, if it's remaining, gets discarded, and then you will deal out 2 new other neat stuff. The final location is the exchange. This costs 1 social battery. You are going to return any number of books from your nightstand to the bag. You are going to then take that amount plus 1 of any color from the bag. So this is one where you get to choose. So we're going to go ahead and grab some out. And you know what? We want to make sure we're still staying high with green. And then we'll also want to grab a yellow. So these again would go to your backpack in whichever order you're choosing. Now, if someone is in a spot you want to go to and you go to move into it, you are going to nudge them. They're going to come down here to the town park, and then they will gain 2 social battery. You cannot just come to the town park on your own. The only way getting there is to be nudged by another player. Then you're in the town park and you can go where you want from there. All right, so when you are out of social battery, or if you just choose that you are done in the village, you are going to return to the village. So you'll see a spot on your board that says welcome home. So you're going to place yourself right there. First thing you're going to do is you're going to unload your backpack. You are going to take the stacks without changing them and place them somewhere in your abode, your home. So let's go ahead and say we're going to stack this whole stack there, and we're going to move this stack right there. After that, you are then going to go and you are going to do one of the actions from your home. Again, resting, sorting, gathering, miring, etc. Repeating that until the end game is triggered. There are these major accomplishments up here on that everyone can go for. As soon as you accomplish it, you will go ahead and place your marker on it, getting the denoted reward, and then getting the points at the end of the game as depicted. So for this first one is have 7 stacks topped by the same color books. Have 6 completed little projects in your scoring pile, and the social battery. This one is a bit different. This one you're going to get when you're doing the admire action. You can max out at 20 social battery, but if by doing the admire action you would have gotten to 24 or higher social battery, then you would be pasting your little marker onto there. And then in that instance again, drawing one from the top of the other neat stuff, adding it to your tableau. So again, the end game will be triggered when the sun reaches this last spot. That will trigger the end of the game. You've finished the current round. Then every other player will take 1 more round. After that, you are going to determine your final score. You are going to get 1 point for each book tile in your apartment, including any that are in your backpack. You are going to get 2 victory points for each accomplished little project that is denoted up here in the corner. You're going to gain the victory points listed on your other neat stuff. So for instance, this is 1. This lucky kitty was the points for the blue books, max score 5. They all vary based on how they score. You're going to get the points denoted on the major accomplishments, and then you're going to get 1 victory point for every 4 remaining social battery you have left. High score is the winner. In case of a tie, the player with the most books wins. Further ties, the victory is shared. So, but that is the basics on how to play a place for all my books 2 players. Again, little projects do have on there what a tall stack is, what a lonesome book is, etc. And all the other neat stuff does have on it how it scores. And then if you need to take a token, it explains what the token does. All right, but if I get you to head down below and hit like, subscribe, comment, share, ring the bell, that would be appreciated. In addition to that, if you want to go ahead and look for board games, you can go ahead and check out Miniature Market using our link down below. If you purchase while using that link, we do get a portion of those sales. Or if you're looking for a powdered energy drink, they actually just came out with a collab flavor with Chainsaw Man. You can check out Dubby. Dubby.gg, use code Meeples, you get a discount. We get a portion of that sale as well. That Chainsaw Man flavor is a blood orange, and it is really good. Alrighty, so get out there and read a book.